Whoo! Thank God we are back.
NERDSoul.
Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, coming with another wonderful episode of Thumbnails. It's been a while. It's been about 2 years. We talking about them kids. They ain't sidekicks no more. That's right, they're not yet the Justice League, but they ain't them little pipsqueaks that used to run around tagging and tugging on any kind of cape they could find. We're talking about Young Justice. And today we're going to be talking about the first 3 episodes and what I thought were really dope about them as we catch up to the series and have a lot of fun. First thing I noticed was the new models. I like the new looks. Big shout out to Phil Barassa. Dope new looks. Love the hairstyles. Love the different natural look that we get from like Miss Martian. I love the like more grizzled look of like Superboy. I like seeing Artemis and stuff. All of the looks are really cool, and it's nice to see some fresh faces and also some faces that we saw last time we were around. I do like starting the episode off, or starting the series off sort of, with the Justice League and catching up with them and seeing where their life is opposed to Young Justice and kind of where they are mentally, physically, and all that. And also what's going on in the world with this meta-human trafficking, because this kind of brings in a whole new, look at how heroes, how metas are looked at in the world. Instead of just like, let's take them out or let's praise them, this is like, well, let's use them as a commodity. And I think that's a nice way to kind of attack this and focus for this season, because we've had some great stuff in the years past, and now this is a new a new villain, or a new angle for them to look through and a new lens for them to check through as well. The teamwork is definitely on point, especially from the Young Justice side, but even the Justice League, you see them working together, trying to stop these different, pockets of uprising of these weird metahumans that are fighting for no reason, this weird stuff. And with Black Lightning being in here, of course, we find out that he accidentally kills a kid. And we deal a lot with that as well, that I'll touch on later. But I think bringing in some of that heart, bringing in some of that great area of fighting on the battlefield, I think is good for this show. Another thing I think that's really good for this show is deciding on and figuring out how useful the League really is. Like with the meeting of them coming together, deciding to break up, and well, not really breaking up, but some people leaving and stuff like that. Trying to ask yourself, or even seeing the League ask themselves, are we needed anymore? Are we necessary? Is the Justice League valid? And then seeing, where does that leave Young Justice? Where does that leave their team? What should they do? How does that affect them? And I do like that they have decided, look, Justice League can do what they want. We're our own, like we got love for them. We came up under them, but their business is theirs. We're dealing with our team and what we want to do and how we're going to move ahead. But also seeing like the fractured relationships, even sort of with Dick Grayson and him leaving off. There's so many different moving parts in the hero community that I think will make this show, this season, vastly different, and in a very good way when we talk about Young Justice. Now, right before the jump, I will touch on, I like the broadening of the scale, seeing the international community respond to this and how they're dealing with human trafficking, how it's handled, and what it looks like in each different country, and what they're doing to either ask for help to combat it or either turn a blind eye to it. And seeing these people that are actually kind of trafficking these kids, that are experimenting on these kids, and what their mindset is. I think that brings another layer of depth. So you have the hero community, their fractured relationships, and then you see this underworld organization or kind of network of organizations that are doing this, and we don't know exactly why, or if all the purposes are the same, or if some are different. I think that's something that we're gonna get a chance to really get into and enjoy as we watch the show. And I'm digging it. I'm digging I'm digging Count Vertigo. I'm digging the little vats of tar or whatever they're dumping the kids in. I like the conversations of like, is this our country? This ain't our country. That's their country. We don't deal with that. I like those looks at how we're going to approach this metahuman trafficking as a whole. Now, I got some other stuff to get to after the jump, of course, because we got some dope fight scenes. But first, we're going to let KURO Brand help us pay them bills. Oh yeah, check that link below. Hat, shirts, hoodies, all that jazz. And once you find something you like, of course, cop it. Now let's get into the investigation, the search. We're kind of getting this team together on Dick's side to figure out what's going on with these kids. What's going on in this country, where they're all in the news. We see, the parents done died. Something ain't right. Something's going wrong. And Dick Grayson's like, yo, I gotta assemble me a team. I gotta put me some folks together because I'm not in Young Justice no more. So I gotta do my own thing. And seeing him pick up, like Superboy, Black Lightning, getting, these certain folks together, and then seeing him talk to Oracle as well, is just a nice touch. I love how we kind of graze and touch and lightly pick against all of these relationships and help broaden the world. I'm always about kind of like filling out the lore, broadening the world and the span and the scope of even what we see, because sometimes you don't have to see something for someone to reference another character or reference something that happened with another character. And I think that's really good. I think that's extremely great to see how they play that off. And then, of course, their trials and tribulations, just getting the team together. And then once they get there, seeing them realize, oh, this is the place. Oh, they are trafficking these kids. So what are we going to do about it? And before I get to that, I want to touch on two things that I think is cool. Seeing Beast Boy and his relationship now kind of being the celebrity and, and kind of like, I guess, doing this sort of celebrity humanitarian aid thing for other metahumans, I think is very cool. Also, I like how glitz and glammy everything is around him. I guess, they like, yo, he sold out. But on the flip side, what I do enjoy is the deep conversation around Black Lightning and what he did and how he sees himself. He's like, hey, I killed a kid. And I mean, of course, he wasn't aware of that, but it messing with him not only mentally, but then that following through physically with him not really being able to activate his powers like he could before. And seeing him struggle with that until, of course, the end where it's kind of a life or death situation, which kind of we knew was going to happen. But at the same time, it was nice to see that happen and it be remarked upon, because the concept of death has really loomed around these 3 episodes. And of course, I'm pretty sure we're going to see it in the following episodes, but just seeing that concept really take hold and see what it really means in this show. And our heroes are growing up, and as they grow up, we're seeing younger heroes coming under them, but they're starting to deal with some very real things. Now, outside of that, I will, of course, talk about the action, because your boy loves that action. The fight scenes in here, nice. Very nice. Getting reveals of Count Vertigo and get even the Baron or whatever being a meta, that was nice. But seeing these hard hitting action scenes is something that is right up my alley, and I truly enjoyed it. They find a way to pair off heroes and villains in a way that keeps the action tense but doesn't overpower each side. It might be 2-on-1 over here, but the 2-on-1, one of the two might be slightly hurt, slightly injured or something, or maybe, their mental state isn't right. They find a way to pair off these action scenes very, very well. And shouts out to DC, shouts out to Phil Barassa, the whole animation team, because I am digging it. So holla at me. I'm gonna holla at you. Down in them comments, let's talk about Young Justice. Let's talk about Black Lightning on the team, Superboy's maturity. There's so much in here. Beast Boy being a celeb. How'd that happen? I mean, look, we'll never ever know. But before I bounce, I'm gonna tell you guys to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right, check me out right there. All my videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.ThatNERDSoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt player. Don't forget to get one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that nerd soul. That's right. There's no better way that I can show people that you like what you are watching. So, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourself. Please be good to each other. And remember, whenever the bomb is about to go off, just take cover. Peace.